Okay, right. I'll ensure it's getting recorded. Okay, so hello all. Okay, so this is Vishwakaran from Department of A&ML. So today we'll discuss a topic on strings. Okay, so this is a part of Python programming, as all of you know that. Okay, see, this is one of the important class about Python programming. So we look at the various aspects of string. See, for example, how string is represented in memory, or what is a string, and functions related to string, some built-in string functions. At the end of this session, I'll also tell you how to define your own string-related function. We'll take one string length function, and we'll implement the same string length function. Okay. So there's a slight difference between the memory representation in Python and other programming languages like C or C++ or even Java. Okay. Okay, so we'll start with the first program. So what is a string? So all of us know, right? Okay. What is a string? A string is a group of characters, right? So how did we represent a string in C programming? As an array, correct? Okay. So here, how string is represented? Okay, so string is represented as an object in Python. In Python, string is represented as an object. Okay. Okay. So this is the first point that we should know. And let me straight away get into the programming part. Okay, so here let us take a simple string. This is how you can represent a string in Python. So you can see we are creating a variable str1 and we are assigning a group of characters within double quote, and I'm going to print that. So all of us would have come across this already. So right, see, BMSIT&M is a group of characters stored in a string variable. Okay, right. So the point to be understood here. So how do you access this? You can also access. You can access this element one by one.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಇವರ ಆಗೋರು ಐತೆ ಇಷ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ಅಬ್ದುಲ್ ಅವರು ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ರು ಅವ್ನು ರಜಾ ಅವ್ರ ಅಣ್ಣ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದ ಅಷ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ
One of the participants, there is a background noise. Somebody is speaking. Please unmute it. Okay, right. See, how do you access element by element using a string? So as I mentioned, a string is represented a group of characters like an array. You can print character by character. Okay, how do I access str1 of 0? So all of us can expect, right? What would be the output? So obviously it prints the first character. Let me rerun that. You can see here str of 0 access the first element b, str of 1 access first second element m. Okay, so like that I can navigate on this array of characters to print character by character. Okay, right. So this is the first point that we'll have understood about a string. Then there is a something known as a string is okay. So what we have seen, like how to declare and how to use a string, we have seen. String is, so this from the examination point, okay, as well as from understanding the Python string concept. String is immutable. So what is this immutable? Okay, explanation is given in the notes as well. Okay, you can refer the notes after the class. So let me make you understand what is this immutable. Right. See, when say mutable means you can modify it. Immutable means opposite to modify. You cannot modify. That is, one cannot modify the string. Okay. Say, let me take then second next program demo for this. Okay. See here, I've taken the same example. Okay, so I can print the first character, second character, third character. Let me run once. We're getting the output, right? There is no problem in getting the output. Okay, the program is getting executed. Let me try doing this. str1 of 0 will access the first character, right? So instead of having a uppercase, let me make it as lowercase. Let me rerun this program. But you see what the build process is. So it is not allowed. So I'm getting an error. This is what I mean to say, string is immutable. So from this, okay, you can say that, okay, not allowed. Why it's not allowed? Because string is immutable. So it was something like it was there in C programming as well as C and C++. Like const, if you have declared an array as a const, you cannot modify it. Okay. So where the information will be stored in read-only segment. Okay. This is one of the important concepts that you should know when while using a string. Okay. Right. So is this clear? So what is the conclusion? We know like how to represent a string, how to access element by element, and we also understood the meaning of immutable. Next. Okay. So see here, okay, so today we will focus on the basics parts of the string. Okay, so how to represent, and we'll see how to define our own string length functions. And next class, we will look at operations that can be performed on a string, which is going to be again interesting topic. Okay, right? And we'll come to this ID sometime later, this program. Let me explain another concept called traversing an array like, okay? So this is also part of this. So this example demonstrates how to navigate on a string. See, the previous class we have discussed about iterator, okay? So the same concept is used here to access element by element. Okay, you can see here, at one shot I can print in the previous example where I was accessing element by element, but I may not know like how many elements are there in that string. But in this example, okay, there's no need for this character. So what I've done here, I've declared one string str1 and I'm printing as a string. Next, what I'm doing, I'm printing through for loop, okay, character by character, okay, right? For C, it's a variable in str1. So whatever the string that is stored here, so this variable is going to access character by character. You can see there BMSIT&M is printed one by one. Okay, right. See, suppose if I want to print the length of the string, how you would have done that? Normally, like, how do you do that in C programming?
String len.
String length function, right? So similarly,
Yes,
we
sir.
have a function called len of str1. Okay, right? You can see here output before printing character by character. What it's printing? It's printing 7. 7 indicates what? That is the length of the string, right?
Yes, sir.
Len is the length of the string. Now, this is what? Okay, what is this len?
Built-in function.
Okay, right, correct. So it's a built-in function. Okay. Now, as we all know, like how to define our own function, correct? Can we define our own built-in function? Sorry, similar to that built-in function, can we define our own user-defined function?
Yes, sir.
Can we define len of our version? That is, let us call it as what? My len. Okay, right. See how we would have done that in C programming. You would have declared a pointer and navigate on that array, right? So one by one. Here, do you remember the syntax of syntax how to define a function? Can anybody tell what is the syntax?
def
Def and what is the name of the function I'm trying?
one
My
len.
len will have it. Okay, then so does it take any parameter? Do you want this
String.
function to take any parameter? Yes, right. So we'll take
Yes,
it as a
string.
string. Then what is the syntax? Function name parenthesis followed by
Colon.
colon, right? Correct. So then, so what it has to do, like it has to calculate the length of the string. So let us have a variable which is initialized length as 0. The minimum it should be 0, right? Length of the string. Next.
Yes, sir.
So what it
For
do?
loop,
So we'll have
iterate
the
string.
same for loop. You can copy right here.
Yes, sir.
And instead of str1, it should be what?
str.
Yeah. Okay. Next, what I should do? Tell me. What should the logic
Increment
be?
len by 1.
Len is now okay 0. It should be made as what? Len plus
Plus
1.
1.
Okay. So once this end of for loop, okay, once the for control comes out of the for loop, what would have been the value of len?
Increment 1.
1.
Will be
So
1.
okay. So it would have calculated the length of the string, right?
String.
Len.
Yes, sir.
Next. So what I should do? The last
Return len.
syntax is what? Return len.
len.
So here, this is doing the work of what? The built-in function. Okay, let me
Of len.
comment these two lines. Okay, for time being, I don't want to. Okay, so the first print statement is going to print calculate what? Sorry, the second one. This second print prints the length by calling built-in
Sir,
function.
my len, sir.
That is built-in. I will have written the both. Now I'm going to call what here in the same.
User-defined function.
So what is the string I have to pass? str1.
1.
So you can observe here. Okay. This is the built-in function where I have not defined that function, but this is user-defined function. Okay. You got the output. So the first 7
Yes,
is
sir.
printed by what? The built-in function.
Built-in function.
The second 7 is printed by
User-defined
user-defined
function.
function. Now you could have understood like how easy it is to define our own
Functions.
functions. So you can build a library of your own. Okay, it's not difficult in Python. Okay, so I hope you understood
Yes,
the
sir.
logic, right? So like
Yes, sir.
that, there are various other user-defined, built-in functions, which is related to Python. Okay, let me show another example. Print. There's a function called min of that string we have to pass. Okay, so what does it give you?
The minimum character of a string, that is BMSIT.
Minimum means in terms of what? Unicode. You can see this. Okay, so this is the Unicode value. Okay, let me remove this ampersand, that is and. Okay, let me rerun. Probably easily you can understand this. So what is the output? B. The Unicode, the minimum value of the Unicode among all these characters is B.
B.
Correct. So like that, okay, can have another function called as what? So of minimum I can have
Max.
max. Okay. So let me rerun this. So you can see this B and T, correct?
Yes, sir.
So if I have a suffix prefix with A, prefix it by A, and under Z. So what would be the output of min and max?
Minimum is Z, maximum is Z.
Correct. Okay. Model. You can see that A and Z. Okay, right? So we understood this program like this. Okay, so
Yes,
one
sir.
assignment what you can try is you can define your own my min and my max would be the assignment for today's class. Next class you can submit it by next class. Instead of calling min, you can call what? My min and my max. So write
Max.
a logic for both my min as well as my min,
My.
similar to what? My len. Okay, right? So I think we're running short of time. So find the length of the string. Okay, min max is. There's one last topic like ID that I'll do it in the next class. We'll stop at this point because it may get abruptly stopped, right? So I'll stop recording. So we'll continue the next class with what? Next class we'll look at the various string operations, which is very important from the point of exam as well as from the point of interview. Okay, so you may be asked to write a program to solve some problems based on the operation that what we perform. Is that fine?
Yes, sir.
So I will upload all the programs whatever that we have discussed and try completing this assignment. Okay. So have a good day.